I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Ay, about to go stupid again. She on the roof of the Benz.
There's a check here. All right, let's go. Let's do it. We are live. Dun, 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 dun. After 2 hours of technical setting up for this pre-production, we are ready to talk some good cloth talk. Rob, let's start out with that intro video so we can get right into this program.
Downtown LA, it's now a traveling protest that's coming up on Arcadia Street near the 101 freeway, and now it looks like they are kind of, they're actually on the transition road, but as they enter the 101 freeway, this is a much different situation. We do not see California Highway Patrol yet.
Let's watch that.
Copy that. Here we go. All right, this is getting serious. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Holy Christmas. Oh boy. We've got two CHP cruisers forming a skirmish line on the freeway. Those are the two cruisers right there. You see broken windows.
I feel them. I feel their anger.
Well, let's introduce everybody to the table. Starting on to left of me is the wonderful, beautiful Victoria.
Hi, I'm the wonderful, beautiful Victoria. I'm Victoria. Instagram. What's my Instagram name? Oh, Vic did that.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Hawaiian Rob. Find me on IG, Rob Regpala, ROBREGPALA.
I'm Carla with a K, Net. That's KarlaWithAKNET. All spelled out, Carla with a K. And I am thankful to be here.
I'm Josh Wade. You can follow me on IG at I am Josh Wade, spelled just like how it sounds. I am Josh Wade.
Yes, you
and
are.
I'm thankful to be here. Yeah, I am Josh Wade here on Noble Nation.
Who are you? Back there.
Who are you?
Buddy.
The game head right here. Who's the gamer?
Ish.
If you try to come on here and play games with him.
Yo. I am Ishmael Adams. You can follow me on Instagram at Ishmael Adams. You can find me on Facebook at Ishmael Adams and Twitter at Ish Adams. Come on. And I'm still getting kills out here. Nah, let me not promote that. I do not promote violence.
On the video game.
Just on the game.
Just on the video game. So if any of y'all gamers think y'all can see him, come holler at us.
Hey, find me at New Gamer Tag coming soon.
We about to talk about that video.
Yeah.
What you mean?
About it? Huh?
I ain't got no feelings about it.
Oh, I got plenty of feelings about it. This has been a rough day for me. I've been so emotionally charged after that cop killed George Floyd.
Yeah.
The reality, we've been hearing about black men being killed by cops for years. But for some reason, I don't know why, but it was just so blatant and so obvious that cop was trying to kill the man.
Yeah.
He didn't, he got stopped because of a fraudulent bill or something, or, I don't know what, I would also notice that they didn't have on masks. I was wondering about that.
Nobody in that video had masks.
Yeah. I've looked at some other videos of, the reaction, just a few, and even white people know that there was something seriously wrong in that situation. And it should not be a shut and closed case. I think the cop got fired.
Yeah.
but on administrative leave and maybe still getting paid.
I think they fired him, like completely.
I think all of them.
And even the mayor,
Here you go.
he's completely fired. Even the mayor of Minnesota said he want to force, like he want charges.
Of Minneapolis.
Yeah, Minneapolis. Sorry, they want charges to be pressed on that officer.
They
Like
better.
any other time, like you never heard any other mayor step up like the way that mayor stepped up.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of applaud that mayor for doing that.
Absolutely. But you know, I mean, we watched that video of some very upset people. And I mean, you know, that's, I mean, I applaud those people. I mean, even though it was chaotic, and I'm not a rioter, you know, I'm not one who's going to get out there and, you know, riot necessarily, but I will march. I would march. I went to Jena, Louisiana. I don't know if you guys were around when that whole thing, Jena 6, that was years ago, but, you know, I am an activist. And those people were definitely expressing how I feel. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but it just shows you the disregard for black life. And when we continually see black men being shot down, harassed, arrested, jailed, killed, abused, misused, it's just infuriating. And it was really, you know, this was just the last straw, frankly. And that's why those people were out there angry, because we need to get angry. We don't need to just let this bullshit go.
Right.
You know, it's like Malcolm X said, the problem with black people, I mean, you know, we're spiritual and we forgive. We're the first to forgive. But we need to get angry. And it's righteous anger. It's not, you know, oh, they're just pissed off about this. And we need to stay angry. You know, not let this go by and forget it and get distracted with, you know, YouTube videos and TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff. We need to stay angry unless we're watching these videos that are showing us how this is going to play out. And, I mean, there's so much, you know, on my heart about this whole situation because, you know, I am a baby boomer. I'm 62 years old. And I have seen a lot. I spent most of my life in the 20th century. And I have the benefit of age. Not, you know, where I feel like I'm old, I'm getting old, I can't do this, you know, I'm too old. Because I hear a lot of old people over 50 years old talking like, oh, I can't do that, I can't learn the software, I can't, you know, I'm not going to get on Instagram, I'm not going to do a Zoom meeting, I'm not going to do this and that. You know, they're just counting themselves out because of their age. And they need to wake up and realize and start looking at things in a more reasonable way. Like, I rationalize my age because I've never been this age before. What do I know about being my age right now, other than I'm here? But like I said, and the more I say this, and I've been saying that, you know, for me, I didn't really feel like I grew up until I was 40 years old. And so now I am 22 years old in my head. I'm not 62, I'm 22, because I have 40 years of roots under my tree. And I have a 22-year-old tree growing above the ground, and I have the wisdom, the knowledge, the mistakes, the lessons that I learned in the 40 years of roots that are under the ground supporting this tree that I am now. And I have the benefit of knowledge and wisdom to look at that bullshit and see it for what it freaking is. And nobody can tell me that I'm seeing something else. I don't need anybody else to confirm or verify what I saw. You know what I mean? Sometimes we always want some verification or some, you know, like, well, it really wasn't like that. He was just, you know, what did he do? He must have done something. Oh, hell no. That's not what happened. And we're always ready to do that and give the white man a pass. He gets no pass on this. He gets no pass. And we need to continue to investigate it and watch it and make sure that he gets more than just administrative leave, fired. He needs to go to jail.
In Minneapolis, the incident occurred on the corner of East 38th Street and Chicago Avenue. A security camera outside the Dragon Walk restaurant at the corner captured an initial police interaction with Floyd. The footage obtained by the Post begins at 7:50 p.m. The camera didn't capture the audio of the encounter. The timestamp on the video is 24 minutes ahead of current time, according to the owner of the restaurant, Rashad West. On the corner, facing Chicago Avenue, is the Cup Foods convenience store. According to Jamar B. Nelson, a spokesman for the owner of Cup Foods, 2 men, including Floyd, used counterfeit currency to purchase items. The employees noticed the men were still outside of the shop, inside a blue Mercedes SUV, and went to speak with them. Floyd is in the driver's seat. While they're outside of the shop, at 8:01 p.m., the police are called for a report of a forgery, according to the department. Officers from the Minneapolis Police Department arrive at Cup Foods. 2 officers walk into the store, and a minute later, leave and cross the street to the blue SUV. An officer goes to the door. Behind the SUV, in a Ford Mercury, a bystander at 8:10 p.m. started filming the exchange between Floyd and the officer. The view is partially obscured, but shows the moments before Floyd is handcuffed. What appears to be a brief struggle occurs before Floyd exits the car. Floyd is handcuffed. Only part of the conversation between Floyd and the officers is captured in the footage. A minute later, an officer seats the handcuffed Floyd against a wall. And a minute after that, stands Floyd up on his feet. The Minneapolis officers then walk Floyd across the street to the sidewalk in front of Cup Foods. In the view from the camera at the restaurant, Floyd appears to be placed against the police car outside the store and falls. Officers pick him back up and put him back against the police car door. Body cam video released by the Minneapolis Park Police begins at 8:14 p.m. when a Parks officer responding to a request for assistance from Minneapolis police parks his vehicle in front of Cup Foods. A police officer with a handcuffed Floyd asks him to guard the vehicle across the street. At 8:15 p.m., some interaction on the driver's side of the cruiser occurs between the police and Floyd before Floyd can be seen on the ground. The vantage point does not have a clear view of the sequence of events. However, a second later, Floyd's head appears above the police car before he moves out of the frame. At 8:17 p.m., a third squad car arrives. 2 officers exit the vehicle. Bystanders identify them by their name and badge numbers as Officer Tho Tao and Derek Chauvin. Their identities were later confirmed by the police department. Thao and Chauvin walked over to the other officers already outside the store with Floyd. At 8:18 p.m., there appears to be a struggle on the passenger side of the vehicle that lasts for at least a minute. At this vantage point, we cannot see who was involved. A criminal complaint later filed against one of the officers alleges Floyd refused to enter the car, even after officers moved him from the driver's side to the passenger side. Movement stopped around 8:20 p.m. This video was filmed around the same time, near the Speedway gas station across the street from Cup Foods. The video appears to show one officer kneeling on Floyd's neck, while 2 other officers crouch nearby. At 8:20 p.m., bystander Darnella Frazier, who is standing near the entrance of Cup Foods, begins to film. In Frazier's video, we can see Floyd pinned face down by the knee of the officer, later confirmed by the department as Chauvin.
Please, 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 I can't breathe.
At 8:22 p.m., 2 minutes after Frazier started filming, officers called for an ambulance. The dispatcher called for an ambulance to the location citing a code 2.
On to Minneapolis, Cup Foods, 3759 Chicago Avenue, code 2 for medical.
12 copy, code 2.
At 8:23 p.m., the urgency of the response was escalated, according to EMS recordings.
412, we're going to go 3.
Copy, code 3.
Floyd remained pinned on the ground. At 8:25 p.m., nearly 5 minutes after Frazier started filming, onlookers confronted the officers about Floyd's condition after it appeared he was not conscious.
Right now, bro. No, bro, look at him. He's not responsive right now, bro.
Across the street, the park police officer speaks to a passenger who was in the vehicle with Floyd.
Let's stay put here, all right? Tell my partners and them done over there that they can figure things out. We'll figure things out, all right? Right now, we're grabbing an ambulance for you, buddy.
At 8:27 p.m., a Hennepin Healthcare ambulance arrives. Shortly afterwards, a young relative of the store owner walks out of Cup Foods. In Frazier's video, an onlooker reacts to the young man.
In the store, bro. He's not moving.
I see that.
Bro,
I'm trying to help y'all out.
Bro, you don't need to help me out, bro. I know your parents. I know everybody that owns the store. You don't need to help me the out, bro. He's not moving right now. Are you serious?
The young man tries to intervene and stop the police, but is pushed by Officer Thao. Officer Shalvin lifts his knee from Floyd's neck around 8:28 p.m. after 8 minutes and 46 seconds, according to a criminal complaint filed against the officer. Floyd was placed on a stretcher around 8:29 p.m. At the same time,
people like now, like, you know, back then there weren't videos, you know, now that they have to wear like the little, what are they called? Body cams, you know, of course there's pros and cons to that, but that's a whole different story, you know, recording.
They haven't looked at the body cams.
No, I'm saying
yet.
more so people, you know, standbyers just recording,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what's going on. And before we didn't have videos, so they can just change the story, say that, oh, he had a weapon or he had this, that, and the other. But now it's like, okay, we see this, like he's not doing anything, he's not resisting, nothing at all. Like he's literally laying there telling you, like, bro, I'm dying, breathe. Like you're killing me.
I can't breathe.
Right, and
just like Eric Gardner
sat there on his neck, literally killing him in front of the world. So.
What do you have to say, Black man?
I mean, I feel like you guys are making some very interesting points, first of all. Thank you for what you just said. That was very deep and very, very real. So I just feel like, you know, the time we're living in, I came here, you know, to L.A. 5.5 years ago, almost 6 years now, actually. And I was here for the last situation where they had the Black Lives Matter huge protests, and L.A. made a big stand for it, as well as Baltimore and all the other, you know, states and actually all the countries in the world, you know, that had to basically have an implementation of the situation. I'm seeing the same thing happen again, you know, 6 years later. Like, it's honestly, I thought back then, like, this is the last one that's going to happen for a long time. You know, people saw it, they watched it, the president got involved at the time. We was all basically, I felt like everybody was taking it very seriously and was going to learn from that. But literally at the worst time ever in life, which is the quarantine where everybody's locked down, just now making some progress as it open back up, this happens, and it's like, are you serious? Like, me watching the video, if you guys haven't seen it, please do. It's literally like the cop was just intent to kill. Like, he just,
absolutely,
you know, he had like 80 times he could have got off the man's neck with his jiu-jitsu knee move.
How to kill. He knew how to kill.
He knew how to kill. He knew how to. He actually, to be honest, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yes.
So from what I saw, and I just feel like me personally, if I was there, I would have, you know, as I was talking to Josh earlier about, I would have went over to him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have given him a nice little football bump to his with my shoulder to his body. I might get arrested. I would have took that chance, because I would have physically seen visually that he was gonna go under in terms of passing out or dying. So I mean, myself, I would have tried to stop it. You know,
saved the life.
I would have saved the life for sure. And what are you talking about? What was this one that you showed me?
I was just showing you that. They just gave, like, an article came to my phone saying that the officer that killed George Floyd, he looked at the video recently.
Oh, yes.
And he was trying to say he had 18 previously complaints about George Floyd.
That's him, guys.
Before the incident took place.
So
Wait a minute, complaints about George or the officer?
About.
But what is that? What does that have to do with him killing somebody? What were the complaints?
Exactly. Like, it don't matter how many complaints you got. That don't mean you should take someone's life.
Even if he, like, that don't mean
it
kill
says
him.
the officer had complaints against him, not against George Floyd. It says Minneapolis police officer who knelt on George Floyd's neck had 18 previous complaints.
He did a rap sheet. I had read somewhere. I'm not sure what they were, but you know.
But let's be clear, we're talking about the officer.
Yeah, the officer.
Yeah, not George. Yeah.
Whatever his name is, I don't even care what his name
we don't know the officer's name.
I don't get why it takes 18
We know his address though.
It take for him to kill someone for this to get out there. What happened to?
No, there was he's shot.
What was they doing like the other 18 times when they was getting complaints about this officer?
Right. Well,
no, there was a
because he was covered.
It's because it ain't touched CNN. That's why, in my opinion.
Well, CNN. I mean, you know, who knows? Everybody's. You know, there's, you know, when you're dealing with power and money, it's kind of hard to really see where the culpable person is, you know, sometimes. But we know that people in power and who have money, they cover their asses. And they are protected. Now this is a police officer, and so there are certain people who are protecting and covering for him. But they couldn't cover for him now. And so now we see and we find out about 18 complaints against him. You know. But that's the thing, you know, we're so quick to just dismiss or shut things, you know, like I said, give the man a pass, give the white man a pass. And this is righteous indignation and anger that we feel. And we don't need to be shy or reluctant about it. We need to speak up about it and not be distracted from it. You know, I don't. Do you have another video we can watch of some other protests?
So, let's run the video at front of the officer's house. The officer's house. That's one of the.
See, this is where God wants us to be. This is what God approves of. This anger, believe me.
We live at the officer's house.
Yeah. Tanika said the 70 to 80 police officers are starting to walk up this block right now. Yeah, I'm on. Oh, we got about, I just see, there's about 20 of them right here with riot gear just walking.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, what? What you guys?
We can be friends.
For sure.
Yeah. Wow. So there's a protest. Twin Cities Coalition for Justice has organized a protest Saturday starting at 2 in South Minneapolis in the Kmart parking lot. That's something happening. I'm not sure the status of that. It may be a caravan. There is a protest at 2 o'clock Saturday, organized by Twin Cities Coalition for Justice for Jamar. You can find it on their page, on the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice for Jamar Facebook page. Go there for updates.
But this is in Minneapolis, you said, right?
So that right there was the Minneapolis, the officer's house. So.
Okay.
So there.
Was he in the house? Do we know?
No, probably not. I'm guessing that. I'm guessing he's already.
The Klan was probably hiding away somewhere.
They want some type of protection.
I wouldn't doubt that he's a Klan member. They're still alive and well. Believe me, I grew up around the corner from where they had Klan meetings in Petersburg, Virginia.
Rob, what do you have to say about this? State your input on it.
Here, come on, Rob, say something, brother.
No, I ain't got nothing right now.
How do you feel? Tired? Exhausted?
Me personally, I had a lot of police experience myself, bro. Thank God that I'm here. You know.
What do you mean you had police experience?
That's actually another topic.
You mean encounters with the police?
Yeah, plenty of encounters. I mean, I got a score on my eyebrow when I was beat by the police for mistaken identity.
Oh my God!
I was mistaken identity for somebody that was on the run. Like, I guess supposedly my height.
But wait now, how did you get the cut on your eye?
We took a ground, tackled me and beat me.
Oh my God!
And I was young. I was like a teenager at the time too. I wasn't even I looked mature to be my age at the time, but.
So were you able to do anything?
That was all taken care of. A lawsuit and everything was filed.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
You know, I have all time encounters. There's even been times where I just jog home from the gym. Well, it was actually last summer. I jogged to the gym and I jogged home from the gym. And every time we jog home from the gym, that same cop would stop me. Every time I jog home.
Yeah, once they the police profile you.
I'm jogging home from the gym. I never got mad about it, but now that I look back at it, I'm like, yo, I was getting harassed.
Especially if it's the same cop.
The same cop.
That means you were targeted.
Yeah, he know my route. I jog that same route every time I leave the gym.
And see, that kind of stuff needs to be documented. You know?
His same situation I had in my life too as well, which is why I wanted to definitely have this as a topic. And being in Boston, I mean, I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. I mean, me going to school, one of my universities at Hampton University, HBCU, and one of the things that every student used to ask me is, "You from Boston? Isn't it racist there?" I used to be like, "What? I don't think so. Like, what are you talking about?" That's called like literally being like, whitewashed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was blinded by what was going on, and then after me growing up away from that city, I realized how racist Boston was. And not to throw any water on Boston, but from when I grew up there, it was racist, and it definitely probably still is today. I'm pretty sure. But with law enforcement, I have countless stories. I mean, I don't have a scar to show it like Josh did. I used to, as a DJ, obviously learning how to DJ in any home. I even annoy you with in terms of sound and how loud I could be. I was louder as a younger person. I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to learn. I wanted to listen. I wanted to get music. I wanted to get records. I wanted to play them. I wanted to see how it felt to DJ them, learn how to cut, hear it. So that's a big part of even learning how to DJ. So for me, inside any apartment I ever had after like 19 years old and up, cops used to profile me. That's the guy that causes the noise in the neighborhood. And it's not like I'm in my neighborhood. I'm in the city. I'm in the college town neighborhoods. That means that's their neighborhood, right? So you're talking about brownstone, Boston, city, rich, you want to call it, streets, whatever, beautiful, architectural, historical streets. They're covering that land. They probably have a certain kind of jurisdiction that they want to go by in terms of who lives in those places. And I was not that profile description, I'll tell you that right now. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
you weren't in Roxbury.
I was not in Roxbury. I was not in Dorchester. I was not in Mattapan. But I definitely was in the city, Back Bay, and anything around those areas where you have, quote unquote, high-end stores like Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, or, the potential tall tower buildings and the beautiful, like I said, the architecture of the city. They're going to cover that with racism for sure. So they saw me, come to my house, knock on the door. I opened the door, they walked right in. There was no, "What you ever want? Shut up, sit down. Where's your speakers at?" They used to confiscate my speakers, my equipment. They used to rack them all up. I had to go to the station 2 weeks later. They used to say, "It's not ready yet. It's still in processing. Come back." So sometimes I would go without equipment for a month, just for playing music, like literally playing it. They come, "We have a complaint. We'll take on your stuff."
Where were your parents?
I mean, they were in a town over. But either way, something that I'm a grown ass man at that time. I'm handling it. For sure, but I mean,
you were in your 20s?
Yeah, but they're gonna still, parent or not, once they realize no parent's gonna come intervene. I was just dealing with them on a level of I knew like why they're doing it, but yes, obviously, if somebody else involved would have probably, okay, we can't touch them like that no more. But because I was solo, for sure, they used to know what they were doing. Another time was a snowstorm, and me and my friends like you guys were all hanging out in a snowstorm, and there was, I believe, it wasn't noise. I can't remember exactly what it was, why they came, why they got called, but they got called to my house. It was a snowstorm, and they saw our shoes all outside. You were talking about shoes outside before. We had shoes in the hallway, and this table, it wasn't inside yet. It wasn't on the stand yet, in the 3 shelves there.
Take off the shoes.
Take off the shoes outside. It was a snowstorm. So they came, and they said, "Open the door. We know you're inside. We see your shoes." We're like, "We're not doing anything." We really was quiet, just hanging out, talking inside of the room. There was no complaint. So whatever they got called was for a false reason in the first place. So I don't have to open the door. I don't have to talk to you. I don't know why you came to my house in the first place. Open the door, bang, bang, bang. They go to the window outside. "We know you're in there. We know you're in there." They just take snowballs and throw it out the window. "We know you're in there." And then because I didn't open the door, they came. They took all of our shoes to the station. They said, "Come get your shoes from the station now." So we had to all go to the station and get our sneakers. And then they said, "Oh, we wasn't home. Our sneakers outside. You came in."
So they stole your shoes.
I mean,
but they didn't have to be accountable for stealing your shoes.
The only thing they said was, I mean, honestly, there was no explanation for what I honestly can't even remember what the guy said when I got to the station of what can be, said over the fact that they took our shoes. Like, it was just like.
How did they explain how they had gotten possession of your shoes?
I think they tried to say it was like, once again, it was an evidence. That's it. Like, your shoes are evidence. They're processing it and they're going to release it to you. It wasn't like there was no.
See, in your youth, you didn't even understand how to put them in check. And that's why I asked where your parents.
No, for sure, yeah. But like I said, but if it's my mother came down to that situation, they probably wouldn't have done those kind of things in the future. But for me, it was a learning process. It's kind of like, what else you guys gonna do? As long as you don't arrest me, you know, and throw me up behind bars for 15 years. Like, what can you do to keep antagonizing the situation? Because I know what they're doing. They're just doing it because I'm pissing them off because I'm a DJ in the neighborhood.
But you never associated it because you're black.
No, back then I associated it because I have speakers and they hit it. Yeah,
right.
You know, that's it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The wisdom of a mature, like your parents.
Right. No, absolutely.
Would know
Absolutely.
That they needed to deal with, you know, there was a bigger issue to deal with.
Absolutely. Definitely. And then now to the times I've got arrested, I've gotten arrested many times because of music. So like I have probably got arrested about 5 times in Boston because I might have had a function, a gathering. They come in. Who's the person throwing this party in this house? You live here. You're coming with us right now. You know, obviously I'll get out like the next day. I might spend a night in jail, and then it'll be thrown out, erased, never happened.
So being a DJ is a legitimate, respectable occupation.
Not in a city like Boston. In Boston, it's more like,
and
what are you doing?
White,
like, yeah.
Would that have happened to you?
No, you'd be like, oh, I'm part of it. I'm doing this because I'm a.
That's why it's really important to understand, that. How old were you? About 22, 23?
Man, this probably went on from 19 to 25, probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, you could still be under your parents' health care up to 26.
Absolutely.
So it tells you about how the system views age. Mm-hmm. So you were still really under your parents', you could have been under your parents' guidance. Actually,
the biggest, example of what you're saying in another form is when they arrested me one time in that part. I was telling about the city that I lived in, the part of the city, and they took me to Roxbury jail. This is like one time out of like the few times, and I'm like, why am I at this court? Because now I have to come back to this court.
And that wasn't your jurisdiction.
It wasn't my
where
jurisdiction.
You lived,
they were like,
because you were black, right?
Absolutely. So when I found, and I was actually thankful because the judge in that particular court was a black man with dreads, and at the time I had dreads. So we connected in the dread form, but
that may have been a blessing.
That might have been a blessing, but it's just funny how like they put me to him. Though like it was absolutely. But
excuse me, I don't use that word.
But if my mom was there or a lawyer, whatever to the case, they couldn't even do that. So it's kind of like they did it because they knew, like, oh yeah, we're gonna put him with his people. His people are further down. Let's take him to that jurisdiction, which is totally illegal. So.
But see, in my mind today, that cop was the N-word.
Oh yeah. And it was a bunch of them. It was even a time where we had like a guy used to come to my events who was a cop, who was like a mixed color. He used to come to the events and then he used to go tell them everything that's going on. And then when they came to Brooklyn an event one time, he was there. So they used to go that length just to like stop a party.
You're talking about targeting.
Targeted for sure. Yeah.
And you talk about profiling.
And this is in a college neighborhood. This is a college community. This is not like a random street.
This
is Boston University territory, like prime time,
but
BU,
that's primarily white
Harvard,
kids,
MIT, that whole community. Yes, that particular situation. Like I said, man, I look back on it now. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, I get it. I'm kind of like antagonizing them by still playing music, still DJing, whatever. But for me, it's like this is what I do. It's not like I'm doing it to violate you,
Defiance.
Defiance. Exactly. And we're gonna prove a point, no matter what it is. Can you tell a judge that they're like, you got arrested for playing music? What are you talking about? It's a joke to them. But then the office comes and I told you, if I come back again for sound or whatever, this is what I'm gonna do. So it's like. It was a battle for a couple of years for sure. Please tell them.
Most black men, I guess, in America have a story, but they keep it to themselves.
Maybe black women too. I don't know if you're.
Well, no, I've never been stopped by a cop in terms of racial profiling
I feel like also where you're from too. Me being in California, I don't really see personally on me a lot of racism towards me and things that I do in this city because it's not a conservative city. Boston is. And it depends it definitely depends on where you live at. But and that's not that they're gonna target those areas. So for me it's like I've fortunately been in the areas where I don't feel like I even come across places like that. But they are waiting for people. I feel like they wait for you to come across them when they're stationed in the area they need to be in. And if you're not in their zone, it's like you can avoid them. Here.
But I definitely am getting a sense that this is more pervasive, with the stories. Most black men have a story. But they don't talk about it. They haven't shared it. Maybe if I've never been married, so if I had a husband, maybe he would have come home and told me some stuff, or a son, maybe he would have told me. I have 2 nephews, and they've never shared that kind of thing with me. I'm going to ask their mother if, they've ever shared that. But why is it that you don't talk about it more. Why is that?
Shout out to Haiti, real quick, check it in, Haiti, we see you.
I mean, in my opinion, like most of us, we feel like don't nobody care. I mean, like it is people out there that care, but we feel like us. Well, first of all, in my opinion, I feel like the hardest thing to be in this world is a black man. And me, I feel like don't nobody care at times, and I also feel like,
you have a scar on your eyebrow that is a constant reminder.
Right.
You know, this has affected your livelihood. You were just trying to be a DJ, learning a skill.
Right.
And you had these cops, you know, wanting to shut you down, limit you, control you,
right.
discourage you. And you kept going. And to them, they read that as defiance, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe, you know, maybe that's their only sense of power, a cop's only sense.
I mean, one time, a bigger incident, I put this in the shortest version possible. Through an event, party at my place, the cops came. Actually, the party didn't even start yet. You know, we basically dispersed it out. Basically, 2 people came to this event. There was 3 people outside, so we ended it. It didn't start. Cops came. They said, "Hey, we gotta get out of here. Who lives here?" And they basically walked around the property to see who lived there. I was standing outside on the sidewalk at the corner of my street. Like, we know you live in that building. Give me your ID now, I'm gonna punch you in your face. I was told that, and I was like, what? And I basically just ran from that. I was like, I'm getting out of here. I'm about to remove myself from this racist, violent cop.
But then if they had shot you, then they would have said, oh, he ran.
Because I ran, he chased me. Obviously, I had the jets on. I don't promote running from police, but I had the jets on, and I definitely got away. And he tried to catch me, but I actually stopped in a park, and then a homeless man was like, he's right here, a black homeless man. I never forget that, by the way. If you're watching this, you stitched me out.
He probably had a phone.
He was like, this guy's right here. And the cop came around. I had to run again, and then I got into the main road, and like 20 police cars for just a call of people outside of an apartment. Not like it was a killing. 20, 30 police cars come running down, racing down a one-way street. They stopped me.
So that's what they do with their resources.
And they beat me up, like 6, 7 cops. Stop resisting, kick, punch, kick, punch. I'm just laying there like, I'm not doing anything. Kick, punch, kick, punch, kick, punch. A few good hits in, put me up handcuffs back in the car, back to the front of my place. All my friends and invites of people that were actually at the event were like, free DJ Madison, my old DJ name, free DJ Madison. Like it's like a story for them. Like, we won, like, yeah, we got the DJ that you guys all love. And that's how we got it.
Wow.
Robert, I want to hear your story.
Yeah, Robert. Please share.
I mean,
if you have one.
I mean, I got a bunch, but
you're not talking about
I mean, I got a bunch, but I mean, the main one the first one that comes to mind is just me being fresh from Hawaii, going to school out in Arizona. Arizona, I don't know if you guys believe it, but Arizona is probably one of the most racist states ever. Racist.
I can imagine.
So they got a guy.
Republican state.
They
Next topic, they're open right now.
They got a guy named Sheriff Joe Arpaio. So I don't know what exactly to the exact T what it was, but he had passed a law to where any cop can profile you as soon as they see you. So in the town of Flagstaff, Arizona, there used to be a small little Mexican spot that I used to go to eat all the time. As soon as that law passed, I go to that Mexican spot, they're all gone. The whole place is shut down, everything. And so, not even a week later, I'm walking down the street, going to my friend's house. Boom, cop comes in, he just looks at me, he's like, okay, who are you? Where are you from? Let me see 3 forms of ID. Do you have your social security? Do you have your ID? Do you have any passport, any form? And me just being a college student, I'm like, no, I don't got nothing. And they're like, all right, we're gonna have to take you in. I'm like, for what? I have not done anything. I'm just walking by with what's going on. They're like, I don't know, we don't know if you're an immigrant or not. Who are you? And in my mind, I'm just kind of like, I'm from fucking Hawaii. What the fuck? Like I got board shorts on, I got slippers on. Like if I don't look like I'm from fucking Hawaii, then I don't know what is. And so he just looked at me. He's like, oh, okay, you look kind of big. What? You play football? What is it? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you go to school out here? I'm like, yeah, I go to school in NAU. And then they're like, oh, do you play any type of sports? I'm like, I'm walking on the football team. What's up? And he's like, oh. So do I need to call Coach Jerome Styles right now? See if you're telling the truth or not? I was like, you can call him if you want. I can tell you right now. Calls the coach. Coach's like, yeah, that's one of our walk-on kids.
And now he's basically called like it's a problem, like my football.
Yeah. So boom, backs me up, The guy just looks at me. He's like, I'm rooting off for you guys next year. I'm like looking at him like, man, fuck you, bro. Just straight up. But then there's been a bunch of other stories, but it's like you said, like a lot of us we hold it in. We tell it to our loved ones if they ask or whatever, or if any situation that comes up and we connect to it, we say something. But other than that, we just kind of I don't know. We just hold it in.
I can see how that happened at the same exact time for sure. Like I'm literally been waiting for something major to happen during this time frame. I'm like, whatever happens is gonna be like immediate light shine upon it times 100. And the fact that this happened, unfortunately, with the life of George, it's gonna be a time where everybody's gonna be like, what just happened? Let's take a look at this. Let's really analyze this. Let's dissect this, and let's never make this happen again. Hopefully, like it did 5 years ago when I was first moved to LA. And now to see it happen again at a time like this where it's very, 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 very quiet, streets are not moving as heavily, only Republican states are open. It's like literally the best time to finally be like, look world, look at this, let's take action, let's never make this happen again, you know?
Right, and not be complacent or dismissive about it, or just, keep it to ourselves.
Because honestly, because growing up, every time this happens, I see it get dismissed.
Yeah.
It's like it happens. Then
you're talking about Eric Gardner, the one
all
right?
of them. All
when
of
you
them.
said 5 years
all
ago?
Of them. Yeah, exactly. Freddie Gregg, yeah.
Oh, I mean, we can name after name after name. Maybe because you're a internet baby. You've been, always had the benefit of the internet. When we didn't have the benefit of the internet, we were always questioning and doubting. And
I think with me, I guess me personally, I don't know if I'm speaking for other people as well, but I gotta check my sources. So I could tell you something and it could be off,
Oh, you're doubting yourself.
Somebody, I'm just saying, like, you have to check the sources, the facts and everything. Like, just because, like, if you tell me something about him, but I had a different experience with him, I'm supposed to believe you?
Right.
I'm not gonna believe you until he showed me that flaw, that character. Then I'll be like, ooh, maybe she was right.
Well, that is valid. That's people. Yeah. But I'm talking about, when you're talking about what could be facts. Like we talk about the vaccine. People are wondering, should they get a vaccine?
With the corona, right?
Yeah, against coronavirus. Is the vaccine safe? A lot of people have questions about whether, what to do about taking a vaccine or not taking a vaccine for coronavirus, and wondering if we're going to be forced to get a vaccination to go back to work or go to school.
It's gonna be up to that person. Like, I mean,
but if it's mandated,
if it's the same thing with what are the vaccines nowadays? To go to public school, regular school, like there's shots like you have to take.
Yes.
It's mandatory, or you cannot go.
Exactly.
A lot of people, they put their, the anti-vaccinators or whatever you want to call it, like they will not get their children vaccinated because they don't want to, so they'll just homeschool them, or anything like that, I guess.
Well,
just so they don't be vaccinated, but I don't know. There's mixed emotions and some feelings with vaccines. I don't know. Growing up, I was vaccinated. I got my child vaccinated because I was. I wasn't sick. I never got sick. Never, she's fine. She's 2 years old. Most 2-year-olds that I see, they always have a runny nose. They're always sick or something happened. In and out the hospital or, doctor's offices or whatever. She's never been sick.
Well, it may be about the agenda. You have to consider the agenda of the powers that be. I mean, I was vaccinated too. I had one of those vaccination things, and I got vaccinated against Hep something. I forget, Hep B or Hep something.
B, I think that's the main. I think that's the main.
Yeah, but and I was just thinking, if they the problem with vaccinations now is that they give you too many at one time, especially if it's a baby. Why would a 6-month-old baby need 6 vaccinations at one time when its body hasn't developed to the point that it can do anything, fight off anything? You have to allow for the body to develop. Right. And, because some people just think the doctor is God. If the doctor didn't say it, I ain't doing it. And my mother was like that. What the doctor said. But they call it medical practice for a reason. We can't dismiss, and nothing, we need to start paying attention to words that are used. conservative. What is that? It's about keeping things the same. You know, and we're talking about not just the same as last year. We're talking about the same as in, as in 1863, when, they still had slavery. Okay? We can't forget how this country developed. And when you start thinking about conservatism and keeping things the same, and you talk about, make America great again, and some people you have changed it to make America white again. It's like, and the biggest fear that white people have is that we are going to rise up and there's going to be a major insurrection because of the way they treated us.
If all of us went back to Africa, America would be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Black doctors, black lawyers, teachers, what else we got? Athletes, entertainment, rappers, singers, like what?
Yeah.
Y'all would just have like white people would just have white people, and
they wouldn't have no season.
Y'all wouldn't have nothing. Like,
they have no season to their chicken.
Yeah,
I don't want to say it like that, but like it's.
Well, you're right. You're right. It would be very bland.
It would definitely be a bland situation. Even sports, for instance, we got the athletes at the table. Like, we bring most entertainment to the situation in any situation. Without the African American black person involved in any kind of these sports, what would you have?
And it's important for us to recognize our value. Yeah.
Let's be clear, they went away for like 3-4 years and came back.
Right.
And we watched them still. Highest sports watched, basketball, football.
Right.
In the U.S. at least.
The money that has been made, and it's usually white people who own the teams.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a black person who gets enough money to buy a team, they're usually in partnership with somebody white, you look at what happened when Bill Cosby had the audacity to try to buy CBS. Or was it NBC?
Yeah, it was one of them.
NBC, I think. One of them. NBC, I think it was. But, it was like, he's going to have the nerve to even think that he could do that? And that may even be why he's in jail today. But we don't always, connect the dots that way and really believe that this country is that racist. And it's something we really have to think about. What you're talking about when you start comparing the facts and comparing your sources and all that, it's critical thinking. And that is what we're supposed to learn in high school. But many people, that goes over their head and they're just trying to get out and they're not really figuring out, they don't really know the end game. The end game of graduating from high school is to learn how to be a critical thinker. And then when you go to college, hopefully you even perfect that even in a bigger way because you have more resources and more things to consider. But and then as we get older, our wisdom and maturity, based on what we've seen and what we've experienced and the history, I used to say, history is his story. It's not my story, it's not your story or her story, it is his story. And that is the story that was written by the person who had the money. And that was generally going to be a white man who had the money and the publisher, and they controlled the textbooks that were put in schools for kids to learn from. And I used to keep track of the history books, and how they evolved into talking about Africa and black people in America. At first it was like we were just totally primitive, and it was like we were in Africa, and now we're in America and we're free. There was a little slight part of, we had this little unfortunate, memory of slavery, but that was just, that was just a little technicality. But we're jumping to, freedom now. And we're going to talk about, the good part, where the celebs came out, where we saw Sammy Davis Jr. and some of it, Paul Robeson and Dorothy Dandridge and, those people who were made famous because they could get viewers and all that. But those people were used and they were abused. And if you look at the stories behind them, they all ended up either drug addicted or had some sort of mental or emotional imbalance where they committed suicide. I mean, look at Whitney and Michael and Prince. You know, think about all of the people who have died, the celebrities who have died. It was usually drug addiction, alcoholism, or some sort of lifestyle issue that caused their death. Is because, you know, they wanted to come out and talk about and deal with the racism they were living. You know, when they couldn't, they didn't know anything about how to make money in the record business. It was about publishing. And then when the white man realized that Sam Cooke learned about publishing, and that's where he was going to channel his money and his energy and dollars into publishing his own music, he got, you know, it's suspected that, you know, he was targeted by the powers that be, and he was killed. And it was a scandalous thing. It was on Figueroa. He was supposedly seeing a prostitute, and a black woman. He ended up shooting him, and who was supposedly hired by somebody. You know, but like you said, the homeless guy who was ready to turn on you. You know, when the cop was following you. You know, so you have those Negroes too.
We got to push this forward a little bit. I want to change the topics real quick to the coronavirus and what we're thinking about, what we've been seeing on social media or the news, whatever, in terms of how these Republican states are opening back up and what they're basically, what they've been doing over Memorial Day weekend, I would say, is what, you know, I feel like a lot of frenzy's been stirred up over, based on what I've been seeing, at least on these different platforms, what people have been doing, particularly Los Angeles people that I know going to Arizona to party and to basically broaden and open up the actual, I would say, the Republican Party coronavirus opening back up of the world, or starting off with the Republican states. So I just want to talk about that for a couple minutes. To the but to the effect of what's been going on over the weekend, a lot of the Republican places like Arizona, for instance. I mean, I want to really shed light on Arizona for a second because their clubs are opening up and their social admirations are opening up. So everybody's going from these different states to Arizona to party right now, and to Houston too, exactly. And
just to party,
wow. literally the nightclubs are open. So for me as a DJ, obviously I've seen this. They got DJs already working. They have you know, everybody there really pertaining to the entertainment and nightlife environment. And I just feel like at first I was like, what's going on? Like, how is this happening? Obviously I figured out it was a Republican state. And then, you know, it's kind of like, for me, it's like, that's the guinea pig situation. So you guys they can do that, which is great. Kind of lets the country know whether or not we are going to be good in a few months. But at the same time, if it goes bad, it's going to go really bad because that's where everybody went. And then they're going to come back to their home. Exactly. There's like literally, you know, keeping it within the U.S. And I don't feel like I haven't heard any other countries really doing this. So, you know, other countries really were pretty good at keeping everybody inside. And then a lot of other countries are also already open back up because of how they did it in terms of everybody listening, staying inside, really quarantining, really taking it seriously. Then they move forward, opening everything back up in a lot of countries. But for the U.S., in terms of, because we have this battle between, you know, Democrats and Republicans, and the Republicans want to say, forget that, we're going to open back up these states, yes, for money. Now it's just like, what's going to happen now? I mean, is it going to be, like I said, the visual test part, see what happens, see if things open back up, or it's going to be a shit show of the second wave based off of the fact that everybody I know, literally my timeline, has been going to Arizona to party. And I have plenty of videos I wanted to pull up on that, but they're not ready for this particular Twitch side or the IG side, but I will add them for the later program so you guys can see different stuff that I've seen in terms of my own two eyes and my stories. But literally, a lot of people are going there. I feel like that's not. I mean, do what you got to do. You know, teach your own everything. Go, be safe, come back if you want to party. But I just don't feel like it's smart when you're going to a place like Arizona that has a lot of people there, and it's so soon for that kind of environment. Even if things open back up in LA or in any other state, I don't think the night world is going to be as open as soon as the first wave of, you know, just regular things that we need to do in everyday life. So,
well, the thing about that, and you know, I hear you, and there is some concern, but the thing is that if it does get worse, you know, the coronavirus pandemic spreads more because of that behavior, and that's what we're talking about, is behavior and of being obedient to, you know, the mandate of the governors, then they will have more justification for mandating the vaccine. And that's where they start. In fact, I heard something about Oklahoma that they have a bracelet now that they're going to start issuing to people to when they get a vaccination. And, if we start having to wear a bracelet to prove that we were vaccinated, it would carry a whole lot more than just, that information would be, have a lot more than just the vaccination on it. And it's a way to track people. And with 5G coming on, there's all kinds of artificial intelligence that is all tied to this whole thing of control. It's all about control.
All right. What you guys thoughts about the Arizona situation? Arizona situation in terms of the partying and the opening back up of those states. But a lot of people literally are in LA going to Arizona and coming back to LA. So we're really in danger right now, to be honest with you, in terms of that.
Well, they've been saying that any spots that any states that's been opening up, they've been seeing more cases start going up.
Rising.
So,
we have over 1 million now.
That was like when Florida. I think Florida was the first to open up, like the beaches.
And Georgia, right?
No, I think they were closed, but I think Florida opened up their beaches. I don't think they were on. I know Atlanta, they weren't on as a big lockdown like us. Like literally everything out here was shut down and closed. But Atlanta, theirs wasn't as serious. But with the Florida situation, when everyone, like the first day the beach opened, like it was packed. Like literally, like there was no room.
Really? Well, I heard in Virginia there's a curfew. They had a curfew. It was an 8 p.m. curfew. That's what that's what a friend of mine told me.
I mean,
so different states definitely dealt with it differently.
I definitely think that everyone is trying, as far as with their own. Every state is trying in their own way to handle the situation or the stay-at-home order differently. With the curfew, I just don't really feel like that's as effective, because it's like, okay, from in the morning 7 to 8 you can be out, you can be doing all these things. Are your stores open? Like, it's everything open? Are people,
well, they weren't supposed to be. But the thing is that if people got stopped, if they were not abiding by the curfew, they could get a ticket. Mm-hmm. That might be $1,000 ticket. Mm-hmm. So there's money attached to that.
Of course, because in the end, still needs money.
Yes.
So anyway, we're going to wrap this up anyhow. It's past the hour, but I definitely want to hear from Josh and Rob and even Ishmael if he wants to intervene on any of the topics that we talked about today to kind of wrap this all up.
Man, there's a lot to say, but just racism exists everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's just in the U.S. It doesn't matter if it's racist. Racism is everywhere. So, I mean, we just got to do our parts as people to just, just appreciate others and just kind of take time to understand everyone's culture, everyone in general. I mean, everyone has stories, but I don't know,
if y'all gonna riot, I don't really care. Stop messing up y'all neighborhood and y'all community. Don't you messing up your own community. You gotta live there. Can't afford, I mean, I don't know if people can, but it's like, if you can afford to go somewhere else, then you would have done that. But if you're staying in your community, why would you tear your own community down? Like, don't do that. Go somewhere else.
They don't have to tear stuff down, though. So
exactly. Looting. They were, the whole Target. We didn't touch bases on that. I don't think we didn't. But I remember the Target situation. They're looting Target. Robbing the store.
The riot is pretty much from the unheard for the most part.
What'd you say?
The riot, people riot is because they unheard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's I don't know.
And don't have much to lose.
Yeah. Just I think it's just to be doing something. Trying to go back to the LA riots back in, what was it, 92? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't born, but
You were born in 92?
I was born in 93.
Oh, okay.
Wow. But of course, you know, we hear about it. My mom told me about it multiple times. Just riding. I don't know. That's just where I kind of.
Well, boycotting kind of took the place of rioting.
Yeah.
Which is not destroying property. It's just not patronizing.
Right.
And marching.
But this is what I think. Where my focus is okay. You're boycotting and rioting Target in your neighborhood. You know, that's
looting.
the looting in
That's
your
different than boycotting.
in
Let's
your
not
neighborhood.
get confused now.
And that's probably the Target that you shop at. Your friends, your family probably have jobs there. Even though half people is working right now, but in the when everything goes back to normal, which it probably never will, but they ain't gonna have no jobs.
I know it's a little bit off topic. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just
I know it's a little bit off topic, but did y'all hear about the Karen who
the wheelchair Karen?
Yeah, the wheelchair Karen who was stabbing people.
So
she was stabbing people.
Yes.
Go ahead, tell the story. I know you know the story a little bit more than I do.
I don't know because my facts this is all off Instagram, okay, everybody. So don't.
All right, so
there's okay. Go.
So the
Go
Karen
ahead,
thing.
Rob.
All right,
Take it
so
away.
my bad. So the Karen thing is basically people, white people, they're taking the Karen thing as if
the Karen name
how
the N-word.
Black people take the N-word.
Exactly. So
saying Karen is basically calling a white woman Karen is basically like them calling us niggas.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're taking it negative. And at first it was definitely like a little joke. I think on social media it started, of course, everything starts on social media.
Is there a male name?
There has not been a male name. I don't think.
Could be like Kevin Hart, Mitch. Mitch.
No, so she got blasted by fights and shit.
Yes. So basically, let me just tell you the story real quick. This is from Instagram. I don't know the facts and everything. Y'all don't check me on this.
I got the facts from Daily
So
okay.
there was a woman. Everyone is looting. There were black and white looters. I'm sure Asians and there were looters. The whole community, lots. Everyone.
All races.
Outside of Target, inside of Target, everywhere. So she decides
in a wheelchair.
She is a white woman
Karen.
in a wheelchair. We gonna call her Karen. She decides that she wants to stop the looters. She decides to pull out a knife, thinking that she's gonna do something and stop people in a wheelchair. She gets before she was getting called an elderly, disabled white woman.
Yep.
Come to find out later on, she is around 30 years old.
She's around 30 years old. Twitter never lies.
She is not disabled.
Yeah, she's not disabled.
They pulled up another video of her
walking.
of her. She gets out of her wheelchair. She walks over to a guy, stabs him, gets back into a black man, stabs him, and gets back into her wheelchair. There was another photo or video of a guy. He was laying on the ground on his phone, bleeding from the stab wound. I don't know who he was calling or who he was trying to call, because I don't know if cops and paramedic. I don't know what that situation was. If they were working that night. But back to Karen. She's stabbing people, pulling out knives on people. So people are recording her, filming her, spraying the fire extinguishers at her. A white male.
It was a white male that
he took a fire extinguisher and clacked her.
Knocked her out?
Somewhat, yes.
Somewhat. Okay.
Put a stop to it. That was his, so thanks, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of videos of her. There was a lot of videos.
Wow.
So they're just attacking her.
She's never seen it, so you can show her. But she, yeah.
Of course,
At first, everyone was there. There were people not, there were rioters, there were people protesting, and there were the looters, of course. And some people was just there. They see people looting Target, they gonna go, get that TV. Or it was the woman, she ran out with 2 lamps. Like maybe she had that in her shopping cart. Like she wanted them lamps.
Wow. Did she go to jail?
I don't know. I don't think anyone went to jail.
Oh, now here's a picture of her.
That's her.
That's her. That's Karen.
And she can't be no 30 years old.
Oh, she's 30.
And she can walk.
Her hair is blonde. It's not great.
Man, she probably got a bad hip or something.
She is not a healthy.
Yeah, that's okay. I didn't hear about that. Thank you for bringing that to light for sure, because I didn't even know about that at all. But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of madness is happening right now, which is crazy because at the most dullest time of the year, a lot of stuff's going on at the same time. So it's like I said, all this stuff is eye-opener stuff for everybody to really take the time that they have now, rather than just going and exploring their cities and lands, rather than learning some history and learning ways to progress forward in a positive direction. So this kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. Rob, I want you to run one more clip, which is the one in Minneapolis when they were shooting the protesters from the top of the roof with the lights. But before you do, I was going to say something.
That history should teach us to never stop hoping. That we should look at history and never stop hoping. On your note, yes, we want to stay positive. We want to stay encouraged and know that God is in control. And that he didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind.
Yes, ma'am.
And we are more than conquerors. We are the head and not the tail. And all things work together for good to them who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
And as long as we keep that in mind, if you are called to positive and good, things are going to work out, and this too will pass.
Yes. I have a question. How do you guys feel about that things shall get worse before they get better?
Well, sometimes they will.
And that God will come when the worst happens.
Well, he's here all the time. He's here right now.
I'm saying as far as like biblically speaking.
Oh, you mean the end of the world, the rapture?
A
lot of people do say that.
Or how do you feel about
days?
life ends sooner or later, regardless of death is not defeated.
This gonna get crazy out here, man. I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Coward ass police, they pepper spray on the crowd with.
Thank you guys for tuning in today.
Thank you.
This has been a very, very, very important topic. It took most of the time, but this is very serious, and we want to make sure we talk about this so others can see what we thought of the situation, and so we can make sure that we can change everybody's perspective on everything. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to just. This is good for us to make sure we have this documented so people can listen to it and learn. So that's I appreciate everybody for being in this discussion. And Josh and Rob, and you guys have anything extra to add before we get out of here? Anything to say?
Let's get this party started.
So I appreciate everybody. And we'll tune in next Thursday for the next one. We'll have more positive topics for next week. And hopefully, like I said, we just live, be happy, and God bless.
Definitely, God bless.
Keep love alive. God bless you.
recording. We're good. Check. Noble Nation, pre-test, pre-pilot, episode 2, pre-pilot, DJ set. Let's get it going.
Oh, wow.
You got pretty smooth, man. That was pretty smooth. You didn't make anything fuck up. That's great. Amazing.
Who the fuck is Nick Noble?
Doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hurt to this grave. My people don't want no trouble. We've had enough struggle. I just wanna live. God protect me. Just stay right by my side. I just wanna live. God protect me. Just stay right by my side. I'm a young black man doing all that I can to stay. I'm a young black man doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around and I see what's being done to my kind, every day I'm being hurt to this grave. My people don't want no trouble. We've had enough struggle. I just wanna live. God protect me. Just stay right by my side. I just wanna live. God protect me. Just stay right by my side. I'm a young black man doing all that I can to stand. Oh, but when I look around,
Black leather,
and I see what's being done,
black leather,
to my
black leather,
every day.
black
I'm
leather,
being hurt to this grave. My people don't want no trouble. We've got enough struggle. I just wanna live. God protect me.
black leather, black
God protect me.
black leather glove, no sequin. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite. Nike crossbody got a piece in it. Gotta dance, but it's really on some street. I'ma show you how you.
Who the fuck is Nick Noble?
We about to rock for a quick half an hour, real quick, get into some tunes. Y'all just heard for Keisha Bryant, the first song.
No sequin. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite. Nike crossbody got a piece in it. Gotta dance, but it's really on some street. I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way we bout to slide. Hey, can't let this one slide. Hey, don't you wanna dance with me? No, I could dance like Michael Jackson. I could get you the passion. It's a thriller in a trap. Where we from? Baby, don't you wanna dance with me? No, I could dance like Michael Jackson. I could give you satisfaction. And you know we out here every day with it. I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically I'm saying either way we bout to slide. If you can't let this one slide. 2,000 shorties wanna tie the knot, yeah. 200 on my brother's block, oh, yeah. Pedal off the roads like I love it, not, maybe not. I don't know what's wrong with me, I can't stop, oh, yeah. Won't stop, oh, yeah, never stop. Got so many ops, I be mistaken ops for other ops. Got so many people that I love out of trouble spots. Other than the family, I got it's either you or me. That's just how I think it's either you or me. This life got too deep for you, baby. 2 or 3 of us about to creep where they stayin'. Black leather glove, no sequins. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite. Nike crossbody got a piece in it. Gotta dance, but it's really on some street. I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying
J. Cole talking that real shit. Let's go.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult, I'm stacking this paper, it's sorta habitual. I blow the residual, and fucking your bitch like it's part of my ritual. Part of the visual, but money you give me a heart on it's typical. I wanted it physical, $1 million I count up in intervals. Without it I'm miserable, don't wanna fall off so I'm all in my bag. Thinking God like it's biblical, I know it's gonna solve every problem I have. I ball on the principle, remember the teachers was all on my ass. Now look all of them pitiful, and all of a sudden I'm so good at math. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. 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 But you can't live without it.
Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the pot. Same old nigga from the trap, everybody hated on him, then he bounced right back. I just put the
Miss me with that bullshit. You ain't really wild, you a tourist. Purist. I made 100,000, I freaked it. I freaked it. I bought an 87 for the weekend. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want.
And it's like that little bitch. MVP, I don't get no sleep, no, I don't like that little bitch. Bust that open, I want that ocean, yeah, that bite back, little bitch. Do it, bite back, little bitch. Need 2 life jackets, little bitch. I ain't gon' hold you, I ain't gon' pressure, never control you. I ain't gon' front you, keep it 100, I don't know you. Boss like top dog, boss my life up, crossing over. Started stepping, got a Hall of Fame and all my poster. I've been ready, my whip been ready, my bitch been ready, my click been ready, my shit's been ready, my checks been ready, my shots on full, that's Armageddon. I got pull, I hope y'all ready, my tank on full, you know unleaded. I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it. My name gon' hold up, my team gon' hold up, my name gon' hold up, my team gon' hold up, my shots gon' fire, my team gon' roll up, Menage twice, my queen gon' roll up. I hope y'all ready, you know I'm ready, I rain all day, you know confetti. I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it.
Miss me with that bullshit.
You're not a gang member, you a tourist. I be blacking out, I be blacking out. Bought a 83 cutlass for the weekend. I weekend, 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 I weekend.
Love yours. Love yours. No such thing.
George.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. Heart beating fast, let a nigga know that he alive. Fake niggas mad, snakes in the grass, let a nigga know that he arrived. Don't be sleeping on your level, cause it's beauty in the struggle, nigga.
goes for all y'all, man. It's beauty in the struggle, nigga. Let me explain. Yeah.
Bitch sit on my face, I attack that. Choose up, Lil John, I'm finna pack him. Bitch sit on my face, I attack that. Bitch sit on my face, I attack that. Bitch sit, face, I attack that. Choose up, Lil John, I'm finna pack him. When it comes to my bitch, I'm straight active. Dirt ball in the coupe, smoking cat piss. Lil bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend, shut the fuck up. Ayy, lil bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you know I love it when you talk dirty. Yeah, messy, you my orange soda shorty. Yeah, you act like a lil me, I wanna fuck you. You the type to kill me, I won't touch you. You want me drop a band on some juice. You want me be the man, you can too. You let me beat it up, you let me this. Yeah, finna lay you on the mattress. Yeah. In the trap, hanging places that you can't go. Glock 40, he got 40 at it. Yeah. In the trap, hanging places that you can't go. Glock 40, he got smoky at it. Yeah. 1,000 nights on that corner eating egg rolls. Yeah. Puerto Rican look like J-Lo. Whoa. They try to extort me, I ain't paid though. Only thing I gave them was a halo.
What up?
Hey ho, Uber on the way up. The front to back, put my thumb all in the.
Let's go.
I got bands for real, diamonds on me, they dance for real. All these sticks and drums, banging like we in the band for real. I got cake, I stay humble, knowing the man for real.
Ride with the mob. Ride with the mob. Ride with the mob.
All up in my session, Instagram it. I be with some real hitters, staying with that camera. Cause they really out here in the field and they be slamming shit. Top. Giving head tap, left tap. They said that they were with it, but it's cap. Aiming at your fitted, push it back.
Ride with the mob.
Whack. One phone call, get you whack. Tryna slap me, we gon' let it slap. Crossing lines, too late, you can't take it back.
Ride with the mob.
Got my brother locked inside a
Check
Jeep.
you and me.
Take them
And
shackles
do
off
good
his
job.
feet, he ain't
Herb
asleep.
is the name.
Gonna
Roller did the chain. Total for the watch. Crazy plain Jane. Yamagini chain. Rest in peace to my superior. Hermes link a feed a village in Liberia. TMZ taking pictures causing my hysteria. Mama see me on BT and start tearing up. I'ma start killing niggas. How you get that tripe? I attended Harlem picnics when you risked your life. Uncle used to skim work selling nicks at night. I was only 8 years old watching Nick at night. Uncle Psycho was in that bathroom bugging. Knife to his gut, hope that he don't cut him. Suicidal thoughts brought to me with no advisory. He was pitching dummies, selling fiends, mad ivory. Grandma had the arthritis in her hands, bad. She was popping pills like rappers in society. I'll fuck your bitch for the irony. I said meet you at your hoe if your bitch keep eyeing me. Ride with the mob, do our law. Check you and me, and do your job. Herb is the name, then Baller did the chain. Turn on for the watch, Tracy plain Jane. Ride with the mob, do our law. Check you and me, and do your job. Herb is the name, then Baller did the chain. Turn on for the watch, Tracy plain Jane. Suck a nigga, dig or something. 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 I'ma explain why you probably never see me. I'm in a sunken place, no Instagram or watching TV. I think I trade my 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 TV.
You can feel it in the streets on a day like this. The heat, it feel like summer. I feel like summer. I feel like summer. You can feel it in the streets on a day like this. The heat, I feel like summer.
It's that summertime right now. We gonna do some shit. But we gonna get through it. We gonna vibe.
me just how I like. Please appease my appetite. Lit a candle for the vibe. Laying more than for the be with you. These are the niggas that be right by your side. Till 2005. Okay, hold up, wait a minute. All good just a week ago. Crew at my house and we party every weekend. So on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone, got no patience, cause I'm not a doctor. Go, why is you lying? Girl, why you move faster? Yeah, me casa su casa. Gotta strip it like Gaza. Got so high off volcanoes, now the flow is so lava. We spit that saliva, iPhone got message from Viber. Either the head is so hydra, or we let bygones be bygones. Hold hate for your friends, I'll take that as a compliment. Got a house full of homies, why I feel so the opposite. Incompetent ain't the half of it. Saturdays with young lavish, the saddest shit is I'm bad as it. These bitches from the cabinet. Hold up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago. Hold up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago. Hold up, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago. Crew at my house and we party every weekend. So on the radio, that's my favorite song. Make me bounce around like I don't know, like I won't be here long. Now the thrill is gone, got no patience, cause I'm not a doctor. Go, why is you lying? Girl, why you move faster? Yeah, me casa su casa. Gotta strip it like Gaza. Got so high off volcanoes, now the flow is so lava. Yeah, we spit that saliva, iPhone got message from Viber. Either the head is so hydra, or we let bygones be bygones. My God, you pay for your friends, I'll take that as a compliment. Got a house full of homies, why I feel so the opposite. Incompetent ain't the half of it. Saturdays with young lavish, the saddest shit is I'm bad as it. These they took from the cabinet. Sorry, I'm just scared of the future. Till 2005, I got your back, we can do this. Hold on.
If you're worried about where I've been or who I saw, what club I went to with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me. If you're worried about where I've been or who I saw, what club I went to with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me.
Somebody told me that this planet was small. We used to live in the same building on the same floor and never met before until I'm overseas on tour and peep this Ethiopian queen from Philly taking classes abroad. She studying film and photo, flash, focus, record. Says she working on a flick and cut my click through the score. She said she loved my show in Paris at Elysee Montmartre and that I stepped off the stage and took a piece of her heart. We knew from the start that things fall apart, intent to shatter. She like, that shit don't matter when I get home. Get at her through letter phone, whatever, let's link, let's get together. Shit, you think not? Think the thought went home and forgot. Time passed, we back in Philly, now she up in my spot. Telling me the things I'm telling her is making her hot. Started building with her constantly round the clock. Now she in my world like hip hop. They keep telling you, yeah.
You don't have to be rich, that one is no objective. But from it's good loving me have it. It's time.
Oh yes. You may not be a movie star.
You are now in the mix with Nick
Drive a big fast car, but I love you in every way. I love you in every way.
Every way you can think of.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. Oh, why?
Woman, you may not be wealthy, not drive a fast car. Come in and go left your out, cause we a come from far. You remember when me only have one arrow shirt and you muggle with me in a your tight up skirt. As long as me never mass, I gotta hurt me now. Forget where me a come from, me now go dish your dirt.
I'll keep on loving you.
Always.
I don't know why. Oh, why? I don't know why. Oh,
Here it is. All man. Make sure you know if you understand the woman. Straight up. To the mat. To the mat.
Straight away, big up the boot button.
Come now.
Let's go. Watch. There's a big tune session from Bouge Bantan on the weekend. If y'all missed it on Verb, I gotta bring these tunes for y'all for that reason. Watch me now. Matter of fact, bring it back one time.
Here it is. All man. Make sure you know if you understand the woman straight up. To the man.
You are in the mix
Come now,
with
come now.
No, he's up tonight. Well, champion lover, gonna make you feel alright. Oh.
They call me Mr. Lover, man. They call me Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover, man. They call me Mr. Lover. They call me Mr. Lover, man. They call me Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover, man. They call me Mr. Lover. Because a woman take a trip, she coming from England to satisfy her soul. You know, say she want a man. Booms, it's on my ranking. She walk up and I go and make she explode just like a bomb. Every hour, every minute, and every second.
Champion lover, no, he's up tonight. Well, champion lover, gonna make you feel alright. Oh.
The moon and put her finger and overstand one. Looking at she eye, me know say she want a man. Talking to her and she respond. She tell me say she angle man like a boomerang. Me tell her say me the hooligan for all time. You book up a Mr. Lover man, you book up a Mr. Lover man. Mr. Lover man, you book up a Mr. Lover. You book up a Mr. Lover man, you book up a Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover man, you book up a Mr. Lover.
Brick Squad Monopoly.
Now tell me who wanna fuck with us. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I bang and let your fucking brains hang. Snitches, fuck Marlon Maple bitches with riches who carry 22s up in they hosiery. Bustin' and loaded, me think he just finished sniffing the key and dipping the D's. Don't hate me, hate Nicky Barnes for hitting my mom's letting the condom pop. Nigga, I was born in the drop. Coke boiling the pot. Shake the feds and bust shots at them street cops. Fuck your point is. My point is double fours at your fucking jaws pointed. Hollow point shit, 4.6. Need I say more? Or do you get the point, bitch? Come on. What type of nigga slangin' bang in the streets? Bad boy. What type of nigga stay in the trunk for weeks? Bad boy. What type of nigga fly Bentley cool? Bad boy. Aiming for the sky, caught the shit, then shoot. Men striking on the floor. Banging on your horse, second the Christ scientists examining for flaws. Pour the crystal on the way to trial. Rico Law got a nigga head hurting, squirting till they pull the curtain. Let the money drip dry. $100 bills wipe the tears from my eyes. No love, fuck y'all niggas. Hope you die slow death as I coattails and see the Willis Tucker protest. Can't fuck with you weak rap niggas, with your gay raps. Running around talking this and talking that. See me in the streets, try to give me that. That you gon' have to ask.
You sound so sweet on the line. You make my day every time. You sound so sweet on the line. You make my day every time.
Hey, TSC, I hear me. Done with the phone talking, as a matter of fact, me I come over there. No. Woman, me a dream about you all the time. You know, say that you ever itch up and I mine. Woman, you a dream about me all the time. That's why you keep on calling on the telephone like she just dip on me mind, dip on me mind, dip on me, dip on me, dip on me, dip on me mind. As me talk to the girl up on the telephone line, when me hang up the phone, me keep riding her mind. As me talk to the girl up on the telephone line, when me hang up, me just ride her mind.
When you call, I feel so good. Wish you were living in the neighborhood, so you could pick up the phone and rush on over. Think of where we left our phone to the covers.
Sit down here, that's up. Bend down here, that's up. You know me have a fat cock for you. I've been waiting. Nobody nothing knows, say me and you a fuck. Nobody nothing knows, say you a give it up. Nobody nothing knows, say you come over me yard. Baby, take off your dress. Nobody nothing knows, say me and you a fuck. Nobody nothing knows, say you a give it up. Nobody nothing knows, say you come over me yard. Baby, take off your dress. Every time you come, you act like you know I'm breathe. And I tell me, say I sneak, you a sneak. But from looking at your eyes, me see the freakiness. Baby girl, make it unleash. And I like, say, me no treat you good. And I like, say, me no go hard. Every time you come at me yard, you a worry and your man they at your yard. Nobody nothing know, say me and you a fuck. Nobody nothing know, say you a give it up. Nobody nothing know, say you come over me yard. Baby, take off your dress. Nobody nothing know, say me and you a fuck. Nobody nothing know, say you a give it up. Nobody nothing know, say you come over me yard. Baby, take off your dress.
Girl, take it off for a young. Freaky things that you do with your tongue. Up and down the pool like a stripper. Ass up, face in the pillow. Poppin' it, pussy poppin' on the handstand. And I'll just be your nigga, I can't be a man. Sex so good, make you say you love me. Hold up, make you say you had a boyfriend. I lied, waiting,
Ooh, it's something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out.
Shout out to my ladies in the building.
About her.
Get your wine out of home.
Ooh, it's something about kind of woman that wants you but don't need you. Hey, I can't figure it out. It's something about her. Cause she walk like a boss, talk like a boss.
My nigga Raw wants those Afro beats. We're gonna give it to him.
Pedicure off. She's fly effortlessly. And she move like a boss. Do what a boss do. She got me thinking about getting involved. That's the kind of girl I need. She got out.
She tell me not to rush. She tell me she will love me every day without remorse. She tell me she will give it to me rough. She will give it to me nice and slow if I don't ever see. She tell me not to rush. She tell me she will love me every day without remorse. She tell me she will give it to me rough. She will give it to me nice and slow if I don't ever see.
WizKid, what up? WizKid, what up? WizKid, what up?
Don't ever see. If I don't ever see nobody else, don't ever see. Oh Lord, she tell me not to rush. She tell me she will love me every day of my life. She tell me she will give it to me rough. She will give it to me nice and slow. If I don't ever see nobody, don't ever see. If I don't ever see nobody else, don't ever see. Oh Lord, I will hold you nice. I will treat you right. I will hold you tight. If you're lost, baby, I will show you light. Say I won't.
Choro, 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 da, choro, 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 da, choro, 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 I'm a choro, da, choro. Oh, oh, oh. Oh yeah, I don't wanna lose. Oh yeah, no time, I'm winnie, wanna your love, they do me one time. One time, hold down. One time, busy boy, slow down. One time, busy boy, dance on. One time, because dance on. Ride not to ride, ride not to ride. Oh my God, not to ride, ride not to ride, ride not to ride. Oh my God, not to ride, ride not to ride, ride not to ride. Oh my God, not to ride, ride not to ride. Ride not to ride, oh my God, not to ride. Can I get my keys, oh Shade? You say you no go leave, oh Shade. Slow down, I beg you slow down. Yeah. Why you gonna leave, oh Shade? Now you wanna leave, oh Shade. Slow down, I beg
you slow down. Yes. Check out to the Afrobeats. We have fun tonight. Quick little situation going on. Respect to the situation of George. We have the vibes in there. Respect to the reggae vibes. My man, Beanie Man. Now we get into the Afrobeats for Rob. Let's go. Work. Tune in next Thursday. We're going to get a couple more in. We out of here for the night. So get your dance on one time. Big up to Instagram. But let me rock for more than a half an hour. That's crazy. Yes. Run it up low. Run it up low. Run it up low. Yes.
Say you dey play with a guy like me, my girl, you no pay. Ooh, I know say you go make a guy buy one day. I know say if I no leave you, I swear you buy today. Oh baby, 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 baby. Oh my baby, baby, oh baby, baby. Say I'm calling you every day. I'm calling you. Say I dey wait for you. I go see you through. Hey, oh girl, I wanna feel your vibes. Oh hey, say baby, make we day together. Close, never far away. Oh girl, I wanna feel your vibes. Oh girl, I wanna.
You bad. Some LV on your back. You're smelling like Paco Rabanne. I'm smelling like Dio Savage. And don't worry about how you're getting home, cause you know I got you the car. So baby, could you slow down or go low? Jump it for me, baby, slow down or go low. If you want, you can slow down or go home. Told you already that I love you when you go down low, when you make me lose control. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Take time for me now, baby girl, me not lie to you now. The person I'm
oh yeah, I love you. Hey, hey. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh no. No, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Imagine woman. Yeah. My girl, if I go do anything, I go do well away for you. I'm putting all my trust in you, cause I'm in love with you. It's like I prove myself and everything depends on you. I can't get my eyes off you. Girl, I'm in love with you. I wanna make him a queen. Girl, are you? And I'm losing my mind. Baby, come closer, you're far away. Wherever you are, don't even think that I let you to suffer, cause you are my angel, my lover. And I'm screaming, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Girl, I cannot do without you.
When I don't feel good, we are stuck, we are blessed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think you want to my.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't feel good, we are stuck, we are blessed.
Say the vibe, Kalaku, eh. Make me hot, parachute, eh. Make me smoke, Kalaku, eh. Every can understand deja vu, eh. Il est du monde, il est du chou, eh. Me I never see, belle vous, eh. No what I chase, I dey push you, eh. Say no what I find, I got you.
I you feel say that? Even when I dey wish that the money dey for my mind. 7 a.m. in the money, me I dey for my grind. My pains disappear anytime I
my stitches. Me the money, me I dey for my grind. My pains disappear anytime I see you. My guilt disappear anytime I see you.
Mama, what they me pay me? Want this up, what did jáde o? Stop it, jaja, don't see I don't show face. Asking you over and over. Look me and not be deceiver. Have a participator. Ooh,
Baby, you know I'm in a choco. 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 Baby, you know it's your body, easy. Oh,
It's E. Kelly.
oh baby, pour me water, holy water, quench this fire. Pour me water, some holy water, make it quench this fire. Everybody want me, make I no fall in love with you. But I no answer them, I tell them say na you. Right now you come and then you play me for a fool. I'm out here wondering waiting I do. Yeah, oh baby, pour me water, holy water, quench this fire. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
When me touch down, bed I broke down. In a late night, me and her locked down. She found John to the side, rise a shotgun. And I'm a dark glass, cut off shots, clocks well clean. Touch you road with me blood clot team. See a girl up on a corner, I cry and I scream. You know say the boss a fi intervene. She say, my man now, give her the time. So of course I know say, me go give her the wine. Now she say, oh me is a one of a kind. And that's how she became mine. And see that, can't believe I, can't believe I taking girl away from me, my God. Can't believe I, can't believe I taking girl away from me, my God.
You do well, my people dead, yeah. My people suffer. Them they pray for blessing. Hey, you do well, my people dead, yeah. Them they pray for blessing, for better living. Are you feeling good?
Thank y'all for joining us today, this evening, tonight. Y'all have a blessed week. See y'all next Thursday. Be sure to the squad, Rob, Josh, Ishmael, Victoria, Kay for caller. Yes.
Black Jersey.
One time, check it. Put it again, Hey. We need Bob in the shot right here. We need Bob. Bob, what up, man? What's up, man?
You have captured my heart, oh, baby, oh. Hey, anytime I move, you they hold me down, baby, oh. Yeah, but I must to shoot my shot, oh, baby, oh. Yeah, my country go, I pray, making over the bar, over the bar. Every day with you, I the sempe. I mean like I drink is a pele water. Body can they do me kuluke. You go run your matter inside the keke na pepe. Every day with you, I the sempe. I mean like I drink is a pele water. Body can they do me kuluke. You go run your matter inside the keke na pepe.
Yeah, oh yeah, baby, blow down your trumpet, blow down your trumpet, blow, sample your trumpet, blow. Oh yeah, baby, Jo,
Jojo for daddy, yo, yo. Jojo like mommy, yo, yo. Jo for allergy, yo, yo, yeah. Baby, make I on you different story. See the feeling you give me, my girl, it enter body, oh. I beg you do me small, small. I beg you do me no be rush. Blind girl, baby, blow, blow, blow. Oh yeah, baby, blow, 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 blow for daddy, yo, yo. But blow like mommy, yo, yo. Blow my cassava, yo, oh, oh. Oh yeah, baby, blow, 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 blow like mommy, yo, yo. Blow, blow, oh daddy, yo, yo. Oh my baby, blow, blow, blow. Oh yeah, baby, sempe, sempe. Blow me like you drink this water.
I'ma show my do like this. If I tell you do like that, I'ma show my take her to the left, oh.
Oh, but we be techno copana. Overture international banana. Timothy sharp, Timothy Kana. Oh yeah, one time make a coconut.
Before I get out of here, this is straight up my nigga WizKid, all day, every day. One of the greatest Nigerian artists of all time. Yes.
I get girl from my yard, we get big back away, they make me feel amazing, girl. I get one way they give me things I need.
Legendary beat. Legendary beat. Legendary beat. Legendary beat.
I get girl from my yard, we get big back away, they make me feel amazing, girl. I get one way they give me things I need. I get one way they make me feel nice. She slow, that's why I don't believe I'm girl. I get one way one give me keys and leave. But my bedroom is final. We see baby Baba love. I get well designer. Everything way I give I'm fine. Fine girl, no pimple. Yeah, I love your swag and I love your dempo, simple. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of WizKid's first songs.
Yeah.
We out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, fine girl, no pimple. Yeah, I love your swag and I love your dempo, simple. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No one can taste, cause you're the best. You made the girls feel obsessed. I'm so obsessed. Just to see your face, I can go to space. Girl, come on, girl, no delay. I know you can feel my pain. Girl, come on, girl, no delay. Just please me, tease me, tease me, tease me, baby. Please, please, tease me, tease me, tease me, baby, baby. Come on, girl, 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 come on. I mean, we bad guys, that fly guys, that special type of fine guys, that sharp guys.
Yes.
Now me be hot guys.
Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next Thursday. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the podcast. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is the DJ set.
Tease me, baby.
Go on twitchtv.com.
Tease me, baby.
Twitch.tv Nick Noble. I'm sorry, Nick Dash. Blah.
Come on, girl. Just come on,
Nick.
Girl.
The whole shit's fucked up. Try again.
Girl.
It is twitch.tv/Nick Noble Official.
That no real bad.
Instagram.
Oh,
Be on live on platforms. We're going to have a Noble Nation Instagram in a minute. A Noble Nation YouTube in a minute. Y'all can also check in there sooner than later.
Some other guys.
Got pilot taking off soon.
So come
we out.
Guys. Oh, now me be bad guys. Oh, now me be bad guys. Oh, girl, now me be bad guys. Cause I have bad guys and I know sharp guys. I know bad guys. I know bad guys and I know other guys that know real guys. Yeah, I know bad guys, scales. I know bad guys, I'm safe. I know other guys, prince. Some bad guys, ice 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 bad guys.
Who the fuck is Nick Noble?
Damn!